I love that you said at the end of your speech, it was so heartfelt. You said,
What did
I
I
love
say?
being an actor.
Oh,
do you
I
remember?
do.
Do you
Yes.
remember?
Yeah,
You said what I say.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
start there. How much of that moment do you remember from them calling your name to you walking up on stage?
So when I got nominated, I was like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, this is fantastic. I got nominated.
Sure.
No way I'm gonna win. In the last couple weeks, I had some kind of friends and people I work with saying maybe like think of just something just in case,
Sure.
something to say kind of thing. And I didn't even take that seriously. So I thought about who I wanted to thank, and that was about it. The rest was off the cuff. So and no, maybe I did black out. I'm not sure.
You expressed a lot of gratitude when you were up there.
Good. That's.
And
good.
it was so, what touched me is that you really had this moment at the end then where you were like, I love being an actor.
I do. Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Man, it's the first thing that made me feel, I think I was like, I was a really uncomfortable kid. I'm an uncomfortable adult now, but at least I have this like, I have this thing where I feel good, I feel confident, and it's that time, man. It's that time between. It's so cheesy, and everybody says it, but it's true. That time between action and cut, it's fun, man. You get to step outside of your own stuff, you know, and it's exciting to get to step away from yourself. For me, that's exciting.
You trained for this role at a Michelin star dining restaurant.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
that experience like for you?
Amazing. I mean, Chef Dave Baran at Pastrelli is the name of the restaurant in Santa Monica. They let me in. They let me kind of just shadow and watch, and I was trying to just get like the movement of the kitchen and the way people moved in it. And then I prepped, but like you can't really screw that
Sure.
up because there's time. And then I started coming when they were serving, and I started watching. And there was a really wonderful cook, Bobby, who I kind of was saddled up next to, Chef Bobby, and I learned a lot from him watching him. And then one day, Chef Dave just nudged me, and he said, start cooking. And I learned the most during that process because that's the closest I could get to, like, Carmi's experience, like that pressure, that anxiety. You know, obviously there was a lot of hand-holding, like everybody knew I was an actor. It's like, you know, it wasn't going to be the end of the world. But I got familiar with that kind of, like, intensity just a little bit, yeah.
Did any of that translate into your regular life? Are you chefing up at home now?
I cook more.
Do
for
you really?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, when I was preparing to go shoot the show, like between the pilot and between the series, I was cooking all the time. And yeah, Christmas, I cooked short ribs Christmas Eve. I cooked a big turkey on Christmas Day, and people expect it of me now is the thing.
I mean, I don't know, man. After this win, what you gonna be chefing up for
I
dinner
know,
after this?
I know.
I mean, what's the meal gonna look like?
I know. I think we'll go out tonight. I think I won't be cooking.
Why do you think this series has resonated so deeply with people?
It's a lot of stuff. I mean, I think it's incredibly human. These characters, I love them all. The way they communicate with each other and kind of like build trust between one another. And then there's something to be said for like, so many people have come through the service industry, whether it's hospitality, kitchens, bars, and I think we just wanted to show the service industry at its most authentic. And I think a lot of people have these stories and these things that happened to them while they were young or while they were getting through school or whatever it is, or if they're career servers. Like it's a big group of people that have been through that. So I think that was exciting to watch. Yeah, man.
When you think about your first audition
Yeah.
to now,
Yeah.
what do you think that guy would say about this moment, you holding this tonight?
Man, you'd be shocked. Truly. I was calling my wife while shooting this show. I was like, they're going to fire me. I leave the room. They're like, we got to get rid of it. I was
Why'd
a
you think
mess.
that?
I think I was like, maybe I was letting Carmi get to me a little bit too much. I was just like, I was a mess while
You
shooting.
really thought they were going to fire you?
I didn't think they were going to fire me, but I felt a lot of responsibility. I felt a lot of responsibility to Chris. It's a really personal story for him, and he's had this project for like 10 years. He was going to do it as a movie, then as a show, and I just felt such responsibility to him, and I was nervous, man. I was nervous, and so I wish I could give that Jeremy a hug and tell him it's going to be okay. It's going to work out.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I think it worked out pretty
worked
beautifully,
out.
pretty golden if we do say so, man.
Yeah.